This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
Today's show is interesting because it sounds like you're setting a certain bar for us. And I don't even know how to intro because I'm not sure what to expect. You want to tell us why you should never ignore someone who loves you?
Yep. And we're not saying you should respond to everybody who loves you. We are saying when a person loves you and you have agreed to be together with them, now don't switch up on them. That is what is the most common thing. Yeah. This world is full of restlessness where the one you want doesn't want you, the one who wants doesn't want, and we are always running. And somebody said, why can't you just take an about time? The one who wants to is behind you. You know, there's just restlessness.
Yeah.
But one of the answers is because most people are dying for you, don't deserve you. That's one of the biggest problems. People are busy desiring, they're not busy deserving.
Right.
It's very easy to crave for a chopper, Mercedes Benz. Everybody can desire good things.
Yeah.
How many are working to earn?
And that's the problem with rewarding persistence.
Yes.
Not everyone who's
persistent is deserving.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're undeserving and so persistent, so nagging, they stand no chance.
Yeah.
And long time ago, we used to think a person who is obsessed really loves you.
Yeah.
You don't see the way they show up for you, the way they keep up coming, you know, they never give up. This is only one. You never find a person who loves you. There's an addiction. They know they're not on my level, they're just addicted. Or maybe I conjure up the image of her father. Do you know sometimes you're a replacement of the one who's lacking in her life?
She's obsessed, chasing her dad.
Yes. You are as hard to get as the father who was removed and aloof. And the more you say no, the more you remind. Are you aware that you always marry your less desirable parent if you don't heal?
Yeah.
Between your home where you came from and your home where you're going to, if you don't heal in between, you replicate.
It's true.
The unloving, the unavailable parent. Why? Psychologically, when we don't feel like our mother saw us, felt us, or preferred us many times. Hey, what do you if you have siblings who are brilliant in Africa and you're not brilliant? Why can't you score like your sister? Why are you not always?
Yeah.
So if I leave home with I wish my mom loved, I wish she, I wish.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're just named after the wrong relative. Africa families are weird. The dad is rewarding her mom and mom is rewarding her dad, and I'm in between named after a distant uncle who is not here to reward. And now I'm the only child. These others are mom, dad, dad, mom, dad, children, mom, dad, because you are named after. And even the granny who you're named after is also, doting on you, pouring love. And he was named after some weird character who died.
Yeah.
An ancestor. I'm there. So if I leave home feeling not seen, not loved by that parent, I will psychologically, this is unconscious, but it is so powerful. It explains, we keep saying, I hate when my dad treated us, but you married his look-alike.
Exact. Yes.
It's not, whenever it's not logical, it's
psychological.
Very good. Good student.
I have learned.
Whatever doesn't make sense. Many times it's underneath, it's unconscious, and it's I think Carl Jung, who said if you don't make the unconscious conscious, it will control your life and you'll call it fate. I'm just not lucky. It never works for me. Every time I just end up, I think it's not meant for me. Some of us are not meant. Fate. Sometimes just the unconscious.
Yeah.
So unconsciously, you left unfinished business with your mother who didn't love you. So you start looking for a similar setting to this time win. Make them love you. So you look for a lookalike of a mother to make her love you. So you look for a difficult woman, distant, rejecting. Many men can't differentiate between a difficult woman and a principled woman.
Oh.
So the unstable woman who doesn't show up, who can't respond right, who is inconsistent, it's a challenge for him to try hard and make her love. He is dealing with his mother. The mother who couldn't look his way. The mother who couldn't love him. The mother who keep choosing their child who is brilliant in class. He did this short. At home, there's some kids who love cooking. They are not preferred. The one who preferred is one who gets high grades. a very high skill that could take you far in life.
Yeah.
Drawing can draw you when you're seated.
Yes.
A child who has just good skills and place.
Yeah.
You know, some of them are such a quick hand at farming, chores. They just do it perfectly.
Yeah.
But class, they're not shining on top.
Yeah.
But what do? We focus on them shining on top. So this kid will live there trying to look to fix that relationship. I want you to know, if you do not learn some of the things we're discussing, is that you're going to end up marrying the one who does not, who continues what you did not finish. That's why everybody should visit a therapy room. Don't risk.
Yes.
Don't risk.
Yes.
And when you talk about therapy, luckily for us now, there's a board, counselors and psychologists board in Kenya.
Yeah.
Finally, we have the law in place, we have the board in place, licensing is going on, registration is going on. Check whether they are registered, ask them about the registration. If you are coming up as a counselor, register. That will give you credibility and validity. And part of what I want you to do is to look for people who understand the patterns of life and then have a discussion with them. Invest something in that. Don't just jump. You will recreate what you don't like at home. And you're going to have a long-term prison. A problem to solve. Remember, the worst marriage is not the explosive one. Explosive ones don't give you an option. Live or die.
Yeah. Yeah, one is almost grateful that theirs was.
If a woman is hurling fiery sticks at you, get a stick from the jiko and throws at you. If she's throwing weird things, you have no option.
You have to run, flee.
But if she's simply negative,
Yeah.
okay, she gets a kiss, goes to her, but she doesn't believe in some of these things you say. Can you be realistic? If she shoots down your ideas, or she just hates your people, a small but painful problem.
Even despises you. I remember one time I was in a matatu and there was a husband and a wife seated next to each other, and the wife was really talking down at the husband, and the husband was sitting there quietly. I mean, it was so bad.
You know.
Yeah.
And many of these men are paralyzed because we have children. I can't go back to zero again. We are so old now. How far can I? Stuck there, but there's no life there. What happens is, some things we are discussing today, we are not saying you should respond to everybody who loves you. We are saying once you find and agree to journey in love with the person who loves you, temptations to be distracted will come.
Right.
Okay, your creator did not say may come. If you read the Bible, it says it is not possible for temptations not to come. He said that. Surely, in this earth, you'll have problems.
Yeah.
Surely. Every good marriage will be tested. Every person will find the right person will be tested. And then you are tested during testing times.
Yes. Why? Why is it like
Trials
that?
don't come when you're on your feet. They come when
What
you're down.
happens?
Only when you've been fasting 40 days that the devil come and offer the wrong food. Only when you're hungry is there an offer for change this rock.
Let me tell you, I've just remembered someone asked me, do you think you could have made your marriage work? And in hindsight, I feel like, okay, well, I think what happened. But also I see that everything that was weak was tested at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that happens so much.
Yeah.
I hope you also know that you can find a person who checks all your checklist, but the checklist is wrong.
That is true.
You know?
Yes.
Based on the wrong premises.
Yes.
The wrong philosophy.
Yes.
On the wrong beliefs.
Yes.
The things you wrote down are facing the wrong direction.
Yeah.
The more you get them, the more you get lost.
Like one thing I believed before I got married was that if someone loves you, then the marriage can weather anything.
Thank you. It's so juvenile, but we love that idea.
Yeah.
Love conquers all.
And then that's exactly what hit me. Is that, that flowery, someone dancing around you.
You feel it. And
Yeah.
you want, even we start gauging, I've never found anybody who loves me like this.
Exactly.
There are people who love you, but they have not found peace with their life.
Yeah.
That's a deadly flaw. We always focus on what they feel about us. We don't focus about how they feel about themselves. Do you know too much love is sometimes a suggestion that a person has not found rest within themselves?
Oh.
There's nothing like too much love. I'm just saying obsession with you. Sometimes it's a suggestion
That's
that they don't have life in their own space.
That is true. Yeah.
They need so many phone calls. They're always, and they're so heartbroken when you don't pick the call. They just want to hang out every time. They just want to hang out with you. They don't.
And then Africans around you are telling you, but he loves you.
No.
You're so lucky.
If a person has not found love in themselves, a life they love, a peace they love, and a life they can't love you any more than they love themselves. They're just escaping temporarily in you, and soon you feel claustrophobic, too shrouded, and you run.
100%. Yes.
The first problem of betraying, walking out, lying on, or just despising the person or hurting the person who loves you, number one, is messes up your mental health. You think you're hurting them, it will hurt you. How does it do that? One, within no time the fog wears off. What was exciting you, the reality falls and becomes clear, and you are gripped with guilt, regret. And if you're too egotistical, you won't admit it. You will start doing other things to cover it up and prove to the world that you're not the one on the wrong. You get another person quickly, marry again quickly. You do something else in a rush to prove that you're okay. You're not the one who doesn't maintain marriage. You're not the one who keep being left. You will do something to respond.
Yeah, to cover yourself.
So you end up in a rebound. You end up in a relationship that you get a person who's opposite. When I say rebound, you imagine a running person. Some people come to you and they broke away 5 years ago, but they're still in the same energy.
Oh my goodness.
Don't just imagine 5 weeks ago. 5 years. Time alone doesn't heal. It's acceptance and processing that heals. Some people left the right person 5 years ago, betrayed the right person 10 years ago. You mentioned people who left long after it ended.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes one boy asked the dad, when is the preacher going? He said he's finished. This was the last point, but he keeps bringing another last point.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
And asking and saying, okay, he has already finished. He just can't stop. So, that's
loaded. That is loaded. He finished, but he can't stop. His heart stopped, but or his brain dead, but his heart is beating.
So many times, many associations or relationships or marriages, they got finished.
Yeah.
We just can't stop.
That is loaded. I don't know why you're laughing. Why are you laughing? That is so powerful.
Because some people may say they left last year, but they had left 4 years before. That's it looks like they got married quickly.
Yeah.
They're not crying. They cried all the tears.
They cried.
They energetically accepted.
Yes.
They just couldn't care. Getting out was logistical. Sometimes the logistics holding us.
Yeah.
Where to go,
Yes.
how to leave, what to do the other one.
Yeah.
But energetically, some people are even waiting for death. They're sleeping in different bedrooms. I don't know. They're waiting for death. You know that book called Waiting for Darkness? Some people are waiting for darkness. And they're just there, like strangers with a history. Once upon a time when
strangers with a history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once upon a time when I used to be in love. And who is that you were there with? Mama watoto, the mother to my children.
Yeah.
So it's just a history. There is nothing. So and
you know what I've remembered?
Yes.
Someone took us to a house they built somewhere interior near the border of the country.
Yes.
And it's also like the rough road, as in by the time you get there, you are tired.
At the back of behind. You know what? You reach now, you go at the back.
And it's a magnificent house. And he said...
was he building that because robots can't travel that far? I don't know.
He said, "Inimejengea mama. This one I've built for mama.
Oh, no.
Mama watoto." And I'm like... Somehow I would never envy her. What will then happen? Will she then have to relocate there to the back of behind?
Some people are trying to put you away decently.
Oh my God.
It's a send-off package to make sure you're out of the picture. But it's really packaged well. That like a house.
Hey, that's a send-off for real. Yeah.
It's a way to really put you out of the way, okay?
Is that worse than a divorce? I think
when it rains, you are landlocked, you know?
And then the schools, even there, maybe there's only one school you can take your children.
Yeah, sometimes you can see another message in the act, okay? You can see another message, subliminal message, all right?
Yeah.
There's a message there, you know? So a lot of times, how we despise, how we hurt the people who we love, we think it's them. But let me tell you the truth, the problem with, there's a time we were talking about narcissists, and we are encouraging victims to stop pursuing revenge, because we are telling them, the one who hurt you, you are hurt and you will heal, but the one who hurt you remain the same, and that is their karma.
Yeah.
When you hurt a genuine person who only tried to love you, they will heal. But you remain the person who let go of the only person who cared about them. Hospital records don't say that a person died because of lacking care.
Yeah.
Hospitals give cure. But my friend watched his brother die because he had no care.
Oh.
The hospitals were ready to cure. They had blood transfusion to do there. But he couldn't feed himself, needed his wife to feed him. And the wife was busy out there drinking this man. They're coming and drunk. The registered on the paper is the wife who is primary caregiver. So the rest of you can't get crashed. There's a protocol in the hospital. So he married the wrong woman who stood in the gate. Care couldn't reach him. Whenever people went to visit the hospital, he just hold her stomach. He's starving. This guy is not just sick.
He's hungry. He's hungry.
And food is here. Guys are bringing money. The family, the extended family. But who did he marry? Who did he install at the gate of his life?
Oh.
Many people die for lack of care, but the hospital won't indicate it because they are professionals.
Yeah.
There's the complications of tuberculosis. They'll write funny things there. Hello, check. So which presenting symptoms and general and comment. Discharge summary. Sometimes they send you home for nature to take its course. You know, that's another way of...
Yeah.
Stop wasting money. Just go and die.
Yeah.
You know? But when you are strong, I told you one way bad marriage kills is when you bring a person who doesn't care deeply. And a time comes when you need to be lifted gently. And they have no time to gently take care of you. The good Samaritan took the person, cleaned them, gave them to caregivers and say, I'll pay. Take care of that person, I'll pay. They were not in marriage, he was just doing charity.
Yeah.
You need to marry a person who has a good Samaritan heart. There comes a time we don't know tomorrow. We can only live day by day, and it is difficult.
Yeah.
We have to be in hospitals. We have to be in funny places. The day you call a person and all you can hear is computers. T, 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 T. You know, you thought your breathing and heartbeat are obvious.
Yeah.
A day comes, the doctor tells you measurement. If we go below this measure, we have to go to emergency. Oxygen concentration, and then right there, please come quick. It has depopulated. They tell you the oxygen is going down. We need you to sign quickly. We run to theater. you know, you stop taking for granted how you breathe. Yeah. When I learned the composition of mother's milk, I developed another admiration for the creator. I was told that milk is usually specific to that child.
Wow.
We used to think mothers can breastfeed any child. They say the composition of this child, usually find what they're lacking is compensated by the milk. So they said, even if you buy these formulas that supplement, maybe your milk has not responded immediately, they say try as much as you can, because there's something there that will prevent the child from illnesses, will give them protection, particular child. Yeah. You know? Yeah. And they say the one you get in the morning has different composition than the one for night. The one for night has less sleep hormones. Even the hour, the clocks, the rhythm, biorhythm is there in the breast milk.
I'm so dumbfounded. Here is Benjamin telling me something about mother's milk that I didn't know. I'm ashamed of myself.
Let me tell you, I just found it fascinating, and I said, let me learn more. Let me research.
Yeah.
This sounds too good to be true. Even the formula is really warning. Maziwa ya mama is mother's milk. That is, don't substitute this.
Yeah.
The seller is publishing warning.
Yeah.
You should not substitute this with, you know. Yeah. And part of what I admire that is, just like there's a specific care by the creator's mind. I used to think the creator created and left. When I studied mother's milk, I said he must still be around.
Like when he said it is good, that meant...
I thought he was finished. I realized this is being designed daily, according to how the child is.
Wow.
Designed daily. Actually, children that have less, they study that if a child is breastfeeding less, the milk also goes less. Sometimes the mother may be using other things, the milk doesn't want to bother you when the child is not around. But it's a level of intuition they also get. They say, I feel something when my child is unhappy, my child is in pain. Some women are so connected, they feel things that you can't explain biologically. It's just some mystery around there. I realize that when you are a partner of covenant, a person who cares about you and have signed up to take care of you, they develop that kind of specificity to you.
Wow.
And they can sense it has started raining, and my partner, this kind of cold exposes them to this. And they compensate for your problem before you even remember there's a problem. They call you when you're somewhere, it has started raining, do this and that to take care of that and that. Something you can't tell to the world because it's unique to you. Many people will tell you, okay, my partner has this condition, but they look perfect. The world thinks you're perfect. But this person knows you have epilepsy that can be triggered by and they can, what we always do to compensate. They have sent some drugs. You forgot them. Many people are not perfectly healthy. We manage life, okay? When you are young, because you never bother about medicine, you think everybody's Some people must see dentists, ear, I don't know, some things, their knees, I don't know, or something. Most people have something. They just learn to live with it. But also, when you are hit one place, you are awakened to take care of your health. Stop swallowing everything, eating anyhow, living. Many of us never did exercise. It's tiring. It looks like a pyramid scheme. You're telling me to use energy so that I can get energy. It doesn't make sense. This is a scam. They want to sell a gym equipment until you can develop your conspiracy theory against physical exercise until the doctor issues a diagnosis. Tells you it's upon you. It's up to you. What am I risking? Some risk is amputate. What? So, behave this way or else. You find yourself now, you are a champion of that lifestyle. Because no one can go wrong. Now you become a hero that your body is not immortal, untouchable. It is simply responding to what you are putting in. When you are young, you think you are untouchable.
I mean, I remember being in my 20s and thinking, what are people fussing about?
You don't bother about anything. You can drink whiskey tomorrow, you're at work. When you are that is about you touch it everywhere. Doctor, please, just general checkup. And that pushing it away. Did you do that thing again? I went to that. I'm sorry. Sorry to who? It's you. So, some things humble you with life. How does it mess up your mental health? You begin to do things in reaction because you did something that is so unfair, but if you admit it, it will crush you. The only way to heal from, I don't want to leave you hopeless in case you are foolish. One time, when you betrayed a good person.
Same as.
Because all of us do it on a certain scale. I just don't want you to do it on a final scale like marriage and all that. The only solution is to change from that kind of person by admitting that you did that thing. If you can't, send an apology to them and tell them, I'm not asking that we get back or anything. It may not be possible or whatever. You may have moved on, but it dawned on me how I did you wrong. Find it in your heart somewhere to forgive me. Many times I tell you, I've already forgiven, I don't carry grudges, but I knew the injustice was hanging there. That I disrupted your life and did you wrong. I repented to myself, to my God, and I wanted to finish by saying, now that you are alive, I just want you to release me from your heart. That I have learned and I'm no longer that kind of a person. There's kind of release that comes when you make that kind of peace. Whether you have co-parenting to do or whether you don't have. Many of us make mistakes because we don't know. We are naive. All right? We think people are replaceable. Good people are not replaceable. The second consequence is that you become a restless wanderer on the face of the earth. Poetry to say, now that you tasted true love, nothing else will satisfy you. And you continue looking for that person in everybody you are with. You keep frustrating people by comparing them with that person. And you keep bringing strife to everybody because they don't quite. Let me remind you that we used to think a good wife is one who cooks very well. True, cooking very well is very nice. Let me tell you, having good food at home is heavenly. But let me tell you, it's not a good cook who makes a good wife. It's a good wife who makes a good cook. We don't cook because we are skilled. We cook because we care. You go out of your way to make something nice because of how much you care for the ones who are cooking.
Yeah.
You will find single people don't care for themselves. They don't cook.
Yeah.
They just eat junk and sleep.
That's phenomenal. Don't care for themselves.
They don't. They don't. Even they're surprised when you love them. What are you loving here? Every man has been embarrassed trying to love a woman who doesn't love herself. And she's wondering, stop lying.
Do you know that this, these people who go around, I don't know what to call them, but there was a challenge where someone brings your phone and they tell you, no, someone tells you to call your spouse and tell them you love them. So one man...
That should be automatic.
Yeah, but I don't know how they were finding the people for whom it's very awkward.
Exactly.
One woman refused. She said, I'll get into trouble. He'll ask me who I've been telling. So why am I telling him now?
Wow.
So she refused. Yeah, she refused. Another guy actually told the wife that I love you. And the wife took him round in circles. Why are you telling me that? You don't even show me. So anyway, he tried to really ease it out and said, why aren't you telling me back? You should tell me back. And the wife told him, I don't love you. On camera.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
When you're stuck with people who don't love you, and they can even say it or show it, and you once tasted
Yeah.
a person who loved you,
Yeah.
and they went out of their way to make your life easier because they loved you, you will be restless. It will never leave your mind. It will haunt you. Let me remind you that finding a good person is a blessing and a curse. A blessing if you protect, behave right, if you do what you're supposed. You're not saying you'll be perfect. You're human. You will hurt them unintentionally sometimes. Mm-hmm. And it will hurt you too that you hurt them.
Yes.
But when it's a genuine mistake, it never breaks the union. It shakes, never breaks.
Yeah.
When it is unhuman mistake, we are saying patterns that from your demons in the past.
Yeah. That's a whole episode all by itself.
We are not saying small things.
Yeah.
We are saying a manner of talking, a manner of behaving in certain circumstances that replayed themselves, and you got into the craziness of where you were born, and you acted crazy the way you guys and your tribe act.
Yeah.
You hurt your person, your family, because you got into the mood of your past.
To that energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the environment brought that.
Yeah.
And you thought, oh, we are back with that. Let me give it to you. And you give it to the wrong person.
Yeah.
Now you have to take it back.
And later on, I'm asking you, who are you? I met you. Do I know you?
I thought I knew. So yeah. Oh, the old me showed up. Sorry.
Yeah.
It was. People have different people inside. So we are version 4, but version 1 it showed up.
Yeah.
We are installing.
Oh, I thought I had an installed right version. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. We are saying it will make you so restless. But you may ask, why can't I just find another one? There are many people, 7 billion. First of all, the 7 billion, you will never meet all of them. I hope you need more than 2 centuries to meet every person on earth for 1 second. You need more than 200 years to meet every person on earth for 1 second.
When did you calculate that?
I saw the statistic and I said, this is validating. When we stop, there are no 7 billion for you. They are in the world. They are not in your world. Your world is significantly smaller.
Yeah.
And now divide the genders by, now you have a half. Now divide father into a, divide father also like divide father. The person who could have voted you with their life, to really you sell. They're usually not many, if at all they're people who value. So I want you to be more cautious and careful that you don't leave a genuine person who doesn't manipulate, control, who wants the best for you. Yes.
Oh, that's phenomenal. I don't even have questions. That's phenomenal and very deep. This book, Healing Your Inner Self,
Yes.
sometimes I see people ask questions on our shows, on these podcasts, and then the people who have read this book usually come and say, just read Healing Your Inner Self.
You're
Looks
right.
like there's so many answers
You're
here.
right.
Let me read something small. You were talking about you don't have a locus of where you belong. And you said you will stay on when you're being maltreated because you don't know where you belong. A person who knows their position in life is centered and they cannot allow anything to unhinge them.
When I saw a cheeky series called How to Decenter a Man, a woman teaching others how to destabilize, how to disturb a man, to notice you and lose his cold, pursue you. That was the vibe.
Yeah.
But when you know where you belong in the world, who you are, what you bring, when you're confident in it, when you say when you know, we usually mean when you're confident. So knowing is not a complete, perfect awareness. I just want you to know that our language sometimes is confusing. I know who I am. You have not finished knowing you.
Yeah.
It's better to say I'm learning who I am.
Yeah.
But because that doesn't seem confident enough, it's better to say I'm confident in who I am. That's what you mean.
Okay.
When you're confident doesn't mean you've mastered all of it.
Yeah.
But you are stable enough to be assured, to be secure in who you are, the direction you are headed, and what you are finding. Again, learning yourself also means creating yourself, which seems funny. Because you're not just discovering it, you're also designing it.
Yes.
Most of it is raw material.
Wow.
Many of it is giving options for you, A or B. Even creator said, today I set before you life and death, good and evil. I advise you to choose life that you may live.
Literally spoon feeding us.
You know?
Yeah.
He gave, I'm giving you free will, but be careful.
Yeah.
Choose where there is life.
Yeah.
When you know where you belong, you don't stay in the wrong environments because they are not adding on to your happiness and your peace.
Yes.
Remember, good people don't stay so that they can be saved that they have a woman. They stay only when they know they have a life and peace and happiness. And with this woman, they are aligned. Any person who tells you, I don't love you, so what are we doing together? That guy could have done a rejoinder.
Yeah.
So what are we doing?
Yeah.
I want you to not emphasize loving other people more than learning who you are and what works for you. Our Lord called it, Jerusalem, if only you knew things that make for your peace. Learn for the things that make for your peace. Things that like mutual respect, things like unconditional acceptance, things like sincerity, things like those small, they may seem small to you, telling each other the truth, caring, looking out for each other, showing up, being committed. They may seem small, but for you, you realize those are the things that make for a good night's sleep.
Yes.
Fight for those. And when you stand with them, anybody trying to put you down, lie on you, gossip, ignore, go cold, trick or treat, you say, hey, no. These things don't add to my peace, and I'm not part of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, perfect. That's from Healing Your Inner Self. You can find more if you get a copy of this book on www.benjaminzuluglobal.com. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life,